So, what's up? It's your boy Hard Arley from KingSlayer Cards, and we have one of our favorites at our shop who's here all the time buying all our
It's
cards.
not true.
From Vanguard, he is here a
My
lot.
girl's gonna see this.
Yes, she definitely is. All right. And you may know him from Masters or Dragon Ball because he tops all that shit too. But thank you. He is the best. Peter Catani playing Vanguard. Crazy. And he's bringing us with a deck profile.
So, went to Georgia for that regional thing. Had a great time, bro. I had a great time. That now I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's do videos and stuff. Can I curse? Is that
Yeah,
a
you
thing?
can catch a little bit
Cool,
of that.
perfect. Not gonna show that deck. That deck sucked. It was a 4-3. It took DP. Really fun though. This one though. This one I should have took. Love this one. It's a Crowind. I don't know what it is. It's just really fun. Not good, but really fun.
Fun,
Have a
but
great
not
time.
good.
So just trying to show you a deck profile. I suck at reading. Heads up. I can read effects. I can't read names. So this is a chicken, the grade 0. Does once you ride it, draw a card every 1 second. Grade 1. After you ride on it, Soul Blast, draw 2, reveal a normal unit and bottom deck it. If you don't, I believe you discard 2 cards. So we're definitely not discarding. We're putting any normal unit back. Grade 2, when you ride over this, check top 5, call a grade 3 or less from it to the field. If it's a grade 4, it goes to your hand. If you don't call anything, you can bring them out and soul charge 1. Kind of helps a little bit because the 2 sometimes you need on the field, but rarely you want him in the soul. And then your Vanguard, the main guy. Once per turn, you can bind a soul. Huge. We want to get our bind counts really high for our grade 4 and put one of their rear guards to the bottom of the deck. Solid. When he attacks, you counterblast 1, pick 2 units, and then from your deck, you search the total of the 2 units. Now, it says total, not equal or less. It has to be the grand total. So if you do 2 3s to make a total of 6, you got to bring out 2 3s or a 4 and a 2. It has to be the total, which I thought was super weird, but whatever. It makes it complicated. It makes it fun. Strong leader. Generator marker. Sorry, I kept that in there. Edit that. The grade 4, the big boss, the main reason we play it. In hand, you can Energy Blast 3 and bind it from hand to draw 2 cards. All right, solid. He has 3 different effects based on how many Dark State cards you have in the bind zone. That's very important to be Dark State because I thought I had some really cool idea happening. Didn't work. Dark State cards. Important. If you have 10 or more, he gains 20k, so he's a 38 because he's a normal 18. He's 38. If you have 20 or more, he's 38 plus after he attacks you, counterblast 1 to stand him. All right, solid. And if you have 30 or more, he gets all the effects and he gets an extra crit. So 38 swings twice with a crit. 30 rarely ever happens. It happens by, you can do it turn 4. 5 is more realistic, but depending how your game's going, you can do it by turn 4. Of course, you want to do Persona. The reason why Persona is actually really good too is because you want to bind trying to get a 20. So when you Persona ride, you put a grade 3 in your soul to bind, so it adds to the count. It actually helps a lot. Persona, everyone should play it. This is pretty much for the deck. On the field and in guard, he's plus 5/5, so he has actually 5 shield and he's an 18 swinger. When you bind a card, so your Vanguard's effect from binding a card, you can Energy Blast 3, and from drop, he gets called on the field, which is solid because he's a 3. That just means you need a 2, so a total of 5 to bring out the grade 4 plus a booster behind him. He's probably the best thing. The fact that he has 5k shield, imaginary, it's mostly beneficial. Solid pick. Next is this grade 3. You pitch him when you are riding the grade 3, you get to draw a card. Awesome. Since you usually have a grade 4 in hand, you can usually use his effect to counterblast, draw a card, and put 2 cards in soul underneath, which is kind of cool because, like, I'll pitch 1 to draw, and when this one gets called, this one goes in soul, and then I'll have a grade 3 to bind with the Vanguard. So it adds to the count a little bit. The 15 shield rarely happens, but you do have the grade 4 in hand at times that you can use it to add more defense. Solid card. And of course, you want to have this to grab your grade 4, add it to hand, and probably play this dude. Solid pick. Him putting 2 in soul is actually a big deal for one of my techs. Next are the grade 2s. I only play 1 of this guy to energy cycle, counterblast and energy blast. Super cost effective, this deck. You use up both of them. So I rarely ever going to use this to draw, but if my hand is that bad, I'll discard when writing energy blast 3 draw, but really the reason why it's in the deck. It's a 2, and if I Persona Ride, it's a booster if I Counterblast or Energy Blast 3. So in the rare occasions when I have to bind 2 3s to make a total of 6, I'll bring out the grade 4, and a grade 2, it would be the booster. That's kind of like a little tech. That's why it's mostly in there, but mostly I played this one too. If you discard it while you're a grade 2, you can Soul Blast to call it out. If you put 2 cards into Soul by an effect this turn, he actually has boost. So if you, in one of your turns, you know you're going to be playing this and you get rid of 2 3s, you bring out the grade 4 and this guy behind him, and you actually have a grade 2 boost. He can't intercept in the back, but that's fine. The following turn, you have a grade 2 with a 3 to be able to go a total of 5. It just works out. It's a little tech that I'm doing, and honestly, it's been great. This is so useless. The moment we get more support in this deck, he's out of the deck. He's not bad. Sometimes you need to put cards back to the bottom of the deck. He helps, but let me tell you, 9 out of 10 times, useless. Very cost efficient, where got an Energy Blast 3, and you're like, oh, it's great. But truth be told, I don't know. These two are the ones that are like, we need more support. Once we get it, these are probably going to cut. But he works when he works. I sometimes just want to keep my energy, but yeah, you guys know. The grade 1 for the deck. When a card gets put to the bottom of the deck, she gains +1 grade and 2 attacks, so it's a 10k. So your 1 drop. When you draw 2 and bottom deck something, that counts as this. So on turn 2, it's technically like a grade 2 with 10k. Able to swing at a Vanguard if they went first. Solid. When it boosts and your Vanguard is grade 3, you can bind this to draw a card. Or this could be treated as your 2 with a 3 to make a total of 5. You always want to do that. So if you don't have a grade 2, this is going to be your column that you're going to bind to bring out a grade 4 and a 1, which pretty much will be herself bind and just loading up the count. Best grade 1 for the deck. God, I haven't done videos forever. I suck at this lately. The bird, the parrot. Solid card, must have in the deck. When you play it, you pick a card from the drop or your bind zone and bottom deck. Most of the time, you're not going to pick your bind zone unless your grade 4s you ran out. You got to put it back in. But it's mostly to reload, which is actually really cool because sometimes in your hands on early turns, like turn 1 and 2, they're piece reliant. So I'll have like a Persona in hand, and I don't really need it right now. I know I'm going to draw a bunch turn 3 because this deck draws like bunch turn 3. That sometimes I'll pitch the Persona Ride, then play the chicken and put the Persona back to the bottom, gain the extra 5 just to swing with a 13. Something you could do, pretty cool. When it's bind or put to the bottom of the deck, hint the GOAT, you can Counterblast or Energy Blast 3 to draw a card and give one of your units, it could be Vanguard, 5k. You rarely are going to do that, but depending on how the match is going, you can. Solid grade 1 for the deck, only because since energy is so important, if you play 3, you get an extra 3. Oh, simple math, right? Are you going to do that? Throughout the match, you play 1, you're like, all right, there's 1 extra energy. All right, 2, all right, there's another one. And later in the game, you play the last one, so now the extra 2 you have is a full 3 to use any of your effects because all your effects call EB3. So it builds up, but since we use EB3, the grade 4, EB draw 2, after it boosts, it's going to draw a card by sacking itself. Solid, and once you sack it, you can use the bird, put it back in the bottom, so just try to get 3 on the field throughout the game just to reload yourself 3 energies to use. It's a backup plan. Helps. Cat is your counter charger, which is kind of cool because your Vanguard takes a counter blast and the re-standard grade 4 takes a counter blast. So if you only have 1 to work with and you bind 5, you bring out the grade 4, and instead of the other grade 1s, you bring out him to untap, counter charge on energy, and now you can swing twice with the big dude. That's mostly what's going to happen. Your chicken and your grade 1 from the ride deck are the only things you're ever going to be put back because your grade 3 and your grade 2 are going to be in the bind zone by the time you play the cat. Use it important. Don't use it just because, I can do it real quick. No, you want it throughout later in the game when you're like, I need a counter blast. This is your only counter charge you have. PGs. I have a deck that I took, I think its name was Chaos, so everything had to be different. My triggers are going to be that too. 3 regular PGs, and this one, every deck should play this. OT should be this one. Reason it's not the red one, the 4 drop does great on its own. And I find that card you win by turn 4 and up is like super effective. But like if you hit it turn 1 and 2, you do a little bit of extra damage, it's not enough. Your Vanguard doesn't swing hard enough. He mostly swings with a persona by himself 28, with the booster 38. It's not bad, but it's usually a weak swing. So I kind of want to put in more pressure. So if I hit this, my second turn throughout the game, now my Vanguard is a real threat, even with the thing that's going to bring out. So I find this one the best one for it. Of course, 4 heals. I don't have the fancy effect ones, but you should run at least one. 8 crits. Yes, they're all different. Again, the deck that I brought it from was something else. It's 2 fronts and a draw. Truth be told, you shouldn't play the draw. I actually hate it. It should be a 15 shield or 20 to be honest. It's the only reason this deck is the art. Part of me is just like I can't cut it because of the art. Outside of that, it should be 3 fronts. And the front doesn't even give you the full effects because normally with the Vanguard swing, you bind the 2 rear guards, the 3 and the 2, to bring out 1. But you definitely don't need draw because the amount that you draw in this deck, when you draw this, you're like, it's a 10k shield. It could have been a 15 or 20. It should be 3 fronts.
All right. Any shout outs, anything?
Oh, that we do those things. Man, I hope you edit this because, I messed up.
No, we like
KingSlayer Cards is the shout out because they take care of me and they're the reason I'm playing Vanguard. The guys here are awesome. They made that trip fantastic. By the way, if you are interested in anything of this deck, all the cards that I play are pretty much not the stores, but a little bit. If you're interested and they're not on TCG, message KingSlayer, ask, hey, do you have that deck for sale? And we can work some magic. Any deck that I show out is pretty much for sale through them. But yeah, thank you for doing deck profile with me.
Awesome.